Now, your local weather with Chief Meteorologist Jared Floyd.
Start off looking at sweeping radars brought to you by eOrb Young. Heaviest of the rain so far this evening, now moving through Ouachita Parish. Now, it's not the heaviest rain we've seen area-wide. Wynn Parish has been lashed with some rain bands through much of the day. They're under a flash flood warning currently, as is much of Caldwell Parish, LaSalle Parish, and Grant Parish. It also clips southern sections of Jackson and Bienville parishes. That lasts until 8 o'clock tonight. Another concern that I have for folks in Chico County, this little storm right here has packed some gusty winds with it, and it has exhibited some broad areas of rotation over the last 20 minutes or so. We haven't had a tornado warning in our area yet today, and I'm hoping to keep that streak going, but that concern is growing as this storm will eventually move northwestward into eastern sections of Chico County. Again, it's real south of, about 20 miles south of Greenville, moving in that general direction. It has had some of those broad areas of rotation. There's no active warning out with it currently, but it is an area that we will need to watch as we continue through the remainder of the night, or at least over the next hour or so. Currently at the Monroe Airport, winds are out of the east-northeast. They've been 10-15 miles per hour through most of the day, down to 8 miles per hour as the rain begins, and the dew point still very tropical-like in the mid-70s. Low to mid-70s area-wide. Vicksburg a little warmer at 80, but that's about as warm as we'll get over the next 24 hours or so. Here's a look at some of the heavier rain returns that we're seeing on radar so far. Dodson over toward the Clarence and the Natchitoches areas. Now, of course, that's starting to move out of our viewing area, but you see some of the heaviest rainfall has really trained through central and northern Wynn Parish. And the reason this is important is this is also an area that had extremely high soil moisture before we started this whole thing. They've seen a lot of rain through the month of August, so that's going to be a concern from Sykes to Dodson, southward toward Winfield and along Highway 84, and then farther northward, western sections of Ouachita Parish over toward the Calhoun area, back into Monroe and West Monroe. We've got some ponding on roadways, and the rain intensity continues to pick up as you move farther westward. Rain totals for most of us should likely top out in the 2 to 5 inch range, but some of these spots, especially farther south and west over Wynn and Grant parishes, they could top out in the 7 or 8 inch range. And some of these locations will see those locally higher amounts, which are always possible with a landfalling tropical system. Harvey will likely be a tropical depression later on tonight as it moves toward the I-20 corridor around midnight or so, and then continues to advance northward, picking up a little bit of forward speed along the way as it clears our area tomorrow. Pressure is rising slowly. Harvey's winds weakening. Again, I would be shocked if this maintained tropical storm status at 10 o'clock tonight. Next update is at 7 o'clock, may even be dropped to a depression at that point. Regardless, flash flood watch remains in effect for almost the entire area through tomorrow evening. The rains will be heaviest overnight tonight and through the early part of the day tomorrow, with Harvey's center of circulation finally getting out of the area tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, carrying most of the widespread rain along with it. Could we see some scattered showers even tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night into Friday? Yeah, it's certainly possible, but the heaviest rain will have moved out of our area by that point. We'll be moving toward the Memphis area, so if you're headed toward Memphis to see the Warhawks play tomorrow night, make sure you keep the poncho handy. 70 for a low tonight. Winds out of the northeast. The rain will pick up to about a 70% chance through the overnight and about a 50% chance through the early part of the day tomorrow, as high temperatures top out in most locations into the to near 80 degrees. Winds will be out of the east between 10 and 20 miles per hour, and we'll look for the rain chances to continue to pick back up as we head toward the first of next week. What will be driving those rain chances is either A, a cold front, or B, another area of low pressure out over the western Gulf that could be getting picked up by that front. I don't want to call it a tropical area of low pressure yet, but it certainly could be, and that would be another bad scenario potentially for western sections of the Gulf Coast as we head toward next week.